ask you, when you were a partner in your law firm, you volunteered to write a brief on behalf of the Brady Center. You wrote the brief, and this is what you said. You volunteered for this. You weren't being paid. Is that right?
This was a pro bono case that one of my partners brought in, yes.
You said, quote, assault weapons may be banned because they're extraordinarily dangerous and are not appropriate for legitimate self-defense purposes, close quote. Tell me what you meant by assault weapons.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. Just to clarify, there, I was local counsel. Our Supreme...
Yeah, but you wrote the brief. Tell me what you meant by assault weapons.
Senator Kennedy, actually, I did not write the brief. The brief was written by...
You signed the brief, though, didn't you?
Correct. I signed the brief.
When you sign a brief, you're testifying to the court that everything in it is true, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they're your words in terms of the court, right?
Well, you're correct, Senator Kennedy. Okay. I would never sign...
Tell me what you meant by assault weapons.
So I am not a gun expert, and at the time, that brief, I think, was about 10 years...
You were giving the court advice about, say, ban assault weapons. What is... You told the court you were an expert. Just tell me what you wanted to ban.
Senator, sitting here today, as I said, I did not write that brief. I was local counsel.
Sign the brief.
I understand. At the time...
Tell me what you wanted to ban. That's all I want to know, Judge.
I don't remember the exact definition of assault weapons in the ordinance that was at issue.
So you submitted a brief to an appellate brief, you signed it, and you don't know what, and you said abolish assault weapons, and you don't know what you wanted them to abolish?
Senator,
Today's Senate hearing took a heated turn when Senator John Kennedy pressed a judicial nominee about her past legal work on gun control. At the center of the questioning, a legal brief she signed over a decade ago that argued assault weapons could be banned. What followed was a tense back and forth about responsibility, credibility, and memory, raising sharp questions about judicial integrity and the Second Amendment. Senator Kennedy opened with a pointed line of questioning. He reminded the nominee that during her time at a law firm, she volunteered to sign a legal brief on behalf of the Brady Center, an organization known for advocating gun control. Kennedy pressed her on the brief statement that assault weapons may be banned because they are extraordinarily dangerous and not appropriate for legitimate self-defense purposes. The nominee quickly attempted to distance herself. She insisted she was only serving as local counsel, clarifying that she did not actually write the brief. Instead, she explained, she was required by the Supreme Court to sign as a member of the Illinois Bar. Despite Kennedy's insistence, she emphasized that her role was limited and that she was not the expert behind the document's arguments. But Kennedy wasn't letting go. He pointed out that by signing the brief, she had affirmed its contents before the court, making them her words as well. He asked directly, "What did you mean by assault weapons?" The nominee hesitated, admitting she couldn't recall the exact definition used in the ordinance at the time. This only fueled Kennedy's frustration, as he accused her of backing a ban without even knowing what she was trying to outlaw. The exchange grew sharper. Kennedy argued that signing the brief meant total accountability, while the nominee tried to explain the technical role of local counsel. She admitted that sitting there today she could not recall the specific characteristics of the weapons listed in the ban. To Kennedy, this was unacceptable, especially from someone seeking judicial promotion. He questioned whether her inability to answer undermined her credibility and record. Despite the grilling, the nominee maintained her composure. She repeated that she stood by her record, while acknowledging that gun law was not her area of...
Senator, at the time that I signed the brief, I read the brief because our Supreme Court required an Illinois bar member to sign the brief. I was not responsible for researching the content.
You were responsible for the brief.
Absolutely, absolutely. And sitting here today, I do not remember the characteristics that were cited in the ordinance for the assault weapons ban. It's not an area of practice that I have specialized in. I'm sure 10 years ago I could have answered your question.
And
but
Judge,
sitting here today,
you think
Senator,
you deserve to be promoted?
Expired.
With this record?
Senator, I stand by my record. I stand by my record.
Senator Butler. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations to you and your...
For the nominee, it was about context her role as counsel rather than author. In the end, viewers are left to decide, was this a fair line of questioning or a political trap designed to score points in America's ongoing gun debate? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and hit the subscriber button for more political showdown.